بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم، وبعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. هذه هي الحلقة 9 لمادة اللغة الانجليزية للمستوى السادس في قسم الدعوة لطلاب وطالبات الانتساب المطور. وهذه سوف نستخدم نفس الكتاب use the same book, Unit 8, the title of the unit here, always in fashion. Always in fashion. So this is the title of the unit here, always in fashion. So we'll just, as usual, we'll start with the focus on the topic. Focus on the topic. So usually just try to talk about the topic itself. So we have the first exercise, which is look at the magazine ad. The magazine ad you have in page 135 or 135, and discuss these questions with the class. So let's start with number 1. What is cosmetic surgery? Do you think this type of surgery is painful? So of course those questions just to make sure that you have at least some ideas about the topic here. So since we have surgery, cosmetic surgery, we'll try to talk about them, and we'll see if you have any idea about this topic here. Number 2, do you know anyone who has had this kind of surgery? And number 4, so you just try to talk about the topic itself. What is it? What does it look like? Who do it? What people need to do this surgery, and also how much time does it take. So what kind of the body they make their surgery on. So just try to think about those questions and answer them one by one. Number 3, how much do you think it costs? Sometimes some people maybe think that it costs less or more. So just try to think of those questions and try to answer them one by one. And I'm sure that most people now know about fashion and about these kinds of surgery, which is very common in different places, many places now. So try to talk about it based on the picture here, and based on, of course, your personal information. Now we go to next slide, which is the page 136. We have number B, sharing information. Complete this survey. Circle the letter that best matches your opinion. Compare your answers in small groups. On which statements did you have a similar opinion? On which statements did you have a different opinion? So of course we have a survey. As you know, the survey can have different questions. You can answer them using, of course, different answers. So we have A stands for strongly agree, B stands for agree, C stands for disagree, and D stands for strongly disagree. So this is the type of survey. If somebody wants to do a survey, I think this is one example of a good survey. Let's just take an idea about it. Number 1, looking good is a very important part of today's society. Some people might say strongly agree, might choose A. Some people might say agree, they will choose B, and some people might just only choose C, which is number C, which is disagree, and some people might just choose only D, which is strongly disagree. So you just read the statement and try to answer the question, based on your knowledge, based on your information. What do you think about the question and the answer? So you can choose A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, or D based on your information. Number 2, people spend too much time and money on the way they look. So do you agree, or strongly agree, or disagree, or strongly disagree? Number 3, we have people feel happier when they look good. So also again choose A, B, C, or D. And number 4, most people wish they could change the way they look. Also you just choose one of them, one of the answers here, A, B, C, or D. And last one, most people choose their friends because of the way they look. Of course, this is only a survey, so you just express your opinion about it. You can choose number A, which is strongly agree, or B, which is agree, or disagree, which is C, or strongly disagree, which is D. So this is only a survey. Some people might choose all A, some people might choose all D, some people might choose some A's, some B's, some C's, and some D's. So you just try to do it. And by the way, this exercise just to help you to understand about the topic. All these questions and exercises, they just to help you to understand about the topic, which is, our topic today, which is surgery and cosmetic skin surgery, okay? Therefore, we'll just go to the next exercise, which is, preparing to read. We have background. Look at the information on the timeline, then discuss the following questions as a class. So we have here, we have the diagram here. 1920s, Americans used diet and exercises to improve their appearance. 1950s, Americans exercise less and start using more makeup to improve their appearance. In 1980s, Americans used diet, exercise, and cosmetic surgery to improve their appearance. And 2010, there is question marks, 3 question marks here, so we don't know what's going on there. So you just try to write whatever you think to answer this question here. So just read how the exercise here says, how did the American idea of beauty change in the 1950s? How did it change in the 1980s? How will it change by 2010? So, of course, the answers of these questions will be in this diagram. You have it here. So, all the answers here should, be clear for everybody. You can find the answer here in this diagram. Also, just question number 2. Some people use cosmetic surgery to change the way their bodies look. Do you think this is better than diet and exercise? Why or why not? Also, this is another question. Try to answer the question based on the information you have in this diagram. Now, this is just also another exercise just to make sure that you understand the topic of our lesson today, which is, very important and very actually common nowadays among most people who, are interested in such topics. Now we go to the another important part of this our lesson today, which is vocabulary for comprehension. So this is, as I told you before, vocabulary you should focus on. You should pay attention to the vocabulary that you have in this book and the grammar, because these are the best and the easiest way to learn English, just to learn more words and also more rules you have in English. So vocabulary for comprehension. We have studied the definition, then read the passage and complete the statements with one of the vocabulary words. Use each word only once. So each word you just use it only one time. So which means that we have maybe how many words we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have around 12 words. Try to use each one in a sentence just to make sure that you understand the meaning. And by the way, if you don't understand the meaning, if you couldn't find the meaning, please go and check your dictionary just to make sure that you understand the meaning of that word. So this is very important to make sure that you know the meaning before you do the exercise. Usually we have the meaning of the word, and then we have to understand the meaning of the word, and then we can do the exercise very easily, right? So now we go to the words itself. We have here the words, which are 12 words. So number 1, admire. So what does admire mean? So according to the book here, admire means to have a good opinion of someone or something, right? So admire means to have a good opinion of someone or something. So if you remember, last time I told you many times that whenever you want to check any English word, try to use your English dictionary, because you will have more words. So for example, here we have the word admire. So if we read the definition here, we say to have a good opinion of someone or something, right? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words here in this definition. So instead of just learning only one word, you have 6 words here. So this is why I just told you before to use English dictionary, just to make sure that you understand the meaning of the word in English, and then also to learn more words. For example, we have here good, opinion, we have someone, we have something. So these words are good to know in English, although these are very basic and very general and very easy words, but still they are very important to learn when you study English. So admire means to have a good opinion of someone or something. Next word, appearance. Appearance means the way someone or something looks. So the appearance means the way someone or something looks. So this is the meaning of appearance. So now we have the meaning of appearance here. We have the word, we have the meaning of that word or the definition of the word. And then, of course, if you understand the meaning, you can do the exercise. If not, of course, you cannot do the exercise. Next word, attractive. Attractive means good looking. So somebody is attractive means that he has good looking. Next word, desire. What does desire mean? So desire means a hope or wish. So desire means a hope or wish. So here, instead of just learning only one word, which is desire, now we have 3 words: desire, hope, or wish. Even if somebody says, I know the meaning of hope, so I know that, but if you use the word many times in different contexts, of course you are practicing the word, which means that you learning the English and you practicing your English even if you know the word. Therefore, usually try to focus on using your English dictionary just to learn more words and also to practice your English. So desire means a hope or wish. Next word, height. Height means how tall a person is. Therefore, height means how tall a person is. Therefore, if somebody asks about your height, that means he's asking about how tall you are, right? So height means how tall a person is. Next word, ideal. Ideal means perfect. The idea of what is perfect. Therefore, ideal means perfect. So, of course, perfect is a synonym of ideal, and also the idea of what is perfect. Therefore, this is another meaning or, another definition of ideal, the idea of what is perfect. Next one, modern, part of today's world. Modern means part of today's world. Therefore, modern means part of today's world. I think the definition here is very, very clear and very simple. And next word is permanent. Permanent, also this is a very good word that we should learn. We should know the meaning of this word. So permanent means unchanging or staying the same. So permanent means unchanging and staying the same. So something is permanent. Sometimes you have a sticker which is permanent, or you have a job which is permanent, maybe for a very long time. So this is permanent. So next word is popular. Popular, liked by many people. So popular means liked by many people. This is the meaning of popular. So it means liked by many people. Next word, slim, thin, not overweight. So the meaning of slim is thin or not overweight. So this is the meaning of slim. So slim means thin or not overweight. Next word, traditional. So what does traditional mean? Traditional means relating to the past. So traditional means relating to the past. So anything you have relating to the past should be traditional. Sometimes we have our culture, maybe traditional. Maybe sometimes we have, what we do every day in our house, what we do with other people, how we can behave. So all those are examples of our traditional, because they are relating to the past, Last word, which means weight. What does weight mean? So weight means how heavy a person is. Which, usually if you want to measure your weight, so you want to know how heavy you are, right? So this is the meaning of weight. Sometimes they ask about your weight, about your height. So the weight, of course, how heavy you are, and of course how height, how tall you are. So this is the meaning of height and of course weight. So these are very common words, very important words that you should learn in English, because you might need them all the time. Sometimes if you go to the hospital, sometimes they will ask you about your height and about your weight. Sometimes you want to fill a form, if different places, they might ask for your height and also ask for your weight. So you should be familiar with these words, which are height and weight, and also all other words which are very important, I think, for everybody who wants to learn English. By the way, we have some very common words in English that we should focus on. We should learn by heart. We should practice them in our reading, also in our listening, and of course in our reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Also, now we have example, or we have exercise about those words which we have here. We have 12 words, so we'll try to do the exercise based on the words here. But before you do the exercise, you need to understand word by word. You need to understand the meaning of every word in this exercise, in this list here. So if you are not sure about the meaning of any word here, please go back and check the meaning of that word. If you want to know more meanings, of course, you can check your dictionary, although the meaning of each word here is very clear and very easy and, very, useful. So try to read one by one, word by word, try to understand the meaning of each one in English, not in Arabic, and then if you understand them, do the exercise. If you don't understand them, stop and go back and read them again and again and again until you can fully understand the meaning of that word, and then go back and complete the exercise. So, and this is, by the way, doing the exercise about words, of course, it's very important and it's very useful for everybody. But remember that you need to know the meaning of the words themselves before you do the exercise. So now let's start the exercise and let's try to solve some of them, not all of them. We have 12 here, so we might do just only some of them, which are around maybe 4 or 5, and then you can continue and you do the rest of the words. But remember, before you do the exercise, you need to understand the meaning of each word, right? The meaning of each word. After that, of course, it will be easy for you. It will be clear for you. You will understand it more and more, and you can use it in your speaking. You can use it in your writing. And when you listen to something and you have this word, you will understand it. And also, when you read something, of course, and you have it there, you will understand the passage or the idea or the paragraph very clearly, because you know the meaning of the word. If you don't know the meaning of the word, of course, you might not understand the whole passage, and it won't be easy for you. So now let's go to the exercise here. We have the exercise slide. Fashion or clothing style is always changing. Fashion is never, we have space here. So we have 12 words in the list. Just choose one of them. Choose one of them for number 1 here. So we said fashion or clothing style is always changing. Fashion is never, space. Just choose any word that you think it is good here in this, exercise. And then, just read the word: admire, appearance, attractive, desire, height, ideal, modern, permanent, popular, slim, traditional, and weight. So just choose one of them. Say fashion or clothing style is always changing. Fashion is never, so fashion always, of course, modern, right? But fashion is never what? So what's the opposite of modern? the opposite of modern, of course, the fashion or clothing style is always changing. So we say fashion is never permanent. So because they are changing, so the opposite of changing is permanent. So we say fashion is never permanent. The word here is permanent. Because, he said, the fashion, since fashion is always changing, of course, as we said, the meaning of permanent, as we have here, unchanging or staying the same. But, fashion, of course, they change all the time. Therefore, the opposite of fashion is permanent. So we say fashion is never permanent. So, which is, not fashion is changing, but since we have never here, so the opposite of that is permanent. Next one, long skirts, pants for women, and earrings. These are some of the fashions that come in and out of style. Okay, a style that is, so you can just choose one of them. 1 year is out of the style, the next, right? So just choose one of them. So a style that is what? You might say, you actually made, sometimes you can choose one word, sometimes you have more than one option, but you have to remember that you just only use each word only once, each word only once. So we can say here a style that is maybe, attractive or popular. 1 year is out of style, the next. So usually we can choose popular or attractive. 1 year is out of style, the next. So you can choose one of them, attractive or popular, both are right. But remember that you need only to choose only one word for this exercise here. Let's continue. Let's do 2 more words maybe. In many countries today, people wear what? Fashion. So what word comes with fashion here? So is it, admire? Is it appearance? Is it attractive? Is it desire? Is it ideal? Is it what? So you can say in many countries today, people wear modern fashions most of the time. So the word here is modern. Modern fashions most of the time. They sometimes wear their what? What's the opposite of fashion? Maybe we say traditional clothing on special days such as holidays, which is right? This is true. And here in different places, usually we have, they use it in different places. So try to complete the exercise here as, a homework. Let's just read it very quick. For example, in Japan, people often wear kimonos or long silk dresses on New Year's Day, and yet fashion is more than clothing. If you look at the fashion magazines, you see many tall, you might choose maybe slim models, right? So you might just try to complete the exercise as a homework. As I told you before, this is very important to do the exercises, to understand the meaning of the words before you do the exercise. If you understand the meaning, it will be easy for you to do the exercise, and it will be easy for you to speak and to read and to listen and to write English. And this is very important for everybody. And that's all for today. وكان هذا آخر ما في حلقة اليوم، وإلى اللقاء في الحلقة القادمة، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.